Hey, YouTube Nation, how are you doing today? It is a pretty nice day still. It's the very last day of October, Halloween, the 31st of 2024 in southeast Wisconsin in the southern part of Milwaukee County, Franklin, Greendale, Greenfield, West Dallas, New Berlin, Waukesha County, where I do most of my work. And I had posted a video maybe about a week ago where I talked about um, the use of a financing mechanism called a bridge loan. And this only works when you own the house that you're in now and you want to upgrade. And the example that I used was a $400,000 house, a value of 400, and that you had 200,000 loan, so you had 200,000 in equity, and you're going out and you're looking at a $600,000 house. You can engage in a bridge loan to take part of the equity out of your current house, use it as a down payment for the house that you want to buy. You complete the purchase, you move, you sell your old house at that point, and you move it all along. And this was all a way to avoid having to submit an offer with the very dreaded and very weakening home sale contingency in the offer to purchase, meaning that you want to buy house B, but first you have to sell house A. This can very much weaken an offer, make it unattractive. It also introduces to some, there's a thing called a bump clause, where let's say you submit your offer, it's contingent on a home sale, but there's a bump clause ultimately in the acceptance rather, excuse me, of that offer. And what that bump clause would allow the seller to do of the house that you want to get into is to bump your offer out of the way and accept a secondary offer um, that doesn't necessarily have that home sale contingency. So you are then at that point, you're out lost in the forest. You've probably listed your home that you're living in for sale, and you lost out on what quite possibly might be your dream home. And you're not getting to the larger home or the school district or the house on water or whatever it was, whatever your dream was for that. It's not happening. And I was asked to add into this if there's any other mechanisms to do this with, and the answer is yeah, definitely there are. So we'll stick with the main example. You own a home, it's worth 400. You have a $200,000 loan on it, so you have 200 in equity. You could also use a thing called a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. And pretty much any bank, your bank can probably set this up for you. And what you would do is set up a line of credit to use as a down payment on the second home. And you're going to want to work closely with your mortgage lender because you're going to be in a position where when you buy home B, the second home, your destination home, you are at this point going to have two mortgage payments. You're still going to have a mortgage payment on your first house, the one that you're trying to sell at this point, and you're also going to have a payment on your next house. So you're going to have plenty of free income for this, or open income rather, I should say. Um, and HELOCs, depending on how HELOC is set up, sometimes it requires principal and interest payments, or interest only payments, or they may just add in the interest into whatever the balance is on the HELOC, and it just keeps building up until you can pay it off. So it does have its, every mechanism has its plus and minus sides to it, but you definitely could use a HELOC to do this. So in any case, house A, you have your first mortgage, you have a HELOC for 50,000 or 100,000 or whatever it is. You find house B, you use your HELOC as a down payment, and again, you have to work with the mortgage people so that you know that you can afford both mortgages for a period of time. And then buy house B, sell house A, you're down to one mortgage and everything is good. You're up in a bigger house. And again, this is a way to avoid the home sale contingency on house A, and also that bump clause potential that exists out there. So different finance mechanisms work better for different people. It's all dependent on the scenario, but these are definitely two that if you are in the process of upgrading a home, that you definitely could explore. Bridge loan on one hand, and you can look for the other video where I go in a little more depth on that, or a HELOC as another mechanism for it. So that said, I hope you have a fantastic Halloween, and welcome to almost November, and a wonderful day, and best of luck to everybody here.